Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be me talking about my Kindle. I have told you guys a couple of times that I was going to be doing this video. So today is the day. I'm going to be talking about my Kindle. I'm going to do the best that I can with like information and what's the word? Specifics, maybe. So I don't really know like the details about this the actual Kindle. I believe it's the Kindle Paperwhite. Not sure like size or anything like that. I have no idea. So we're gonna just start with what it looks like, and then I'll turn it on and we'll go in depth with that a little bit. So I think that there is a way. I'm not exactly sure and whatnot, but I'm pretty sure that there's a way, because right now with my Kindle, it just has like, I guess you would call them ads. It kind of just like recommends other books and stuff. So this is what it looks like. Ooh, that's really dark. Can you see? It's just like, I would say, I would call it an ad. But I think that there's a way that you can get it with no ad, and it just displays the cover of the book that you're reading. I think. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, so mine just has like, and it changes every single time I turn it off. So right now this is what it is, but it'll change different book recommendations or something every single time that I turn it off. And then the back of it just has the little Amazon symbol, I guess you would call it. I don't have a case for it yet, but I do want to get one eventually. And then also at the bottom here it does say Kindle. There's nothing along any of the sides except for the bottom is the charger port, and then this is so dark, I don't know if you can tell, the power button and the charger port is all that there is on here. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on, and then it lights up. It says waking up, and then it lights up, and then to actually open it you just swipe up. And right now it's going to open up to the book that I'm currently reading. But so if you're in the middle of a book, it will open up to this. Otherwise, it'll open up to the home screen. So I'll show you how to get back to the home screen from right here. So you're going to just tap at the top, and then you're going to hit the back arrow to go to the library or to home or whatever. So at the bottom here, it says home and library. Right now I'm opened up into my library, but if I go home, it'll bring to like the main home screen, I guess is what it would be. So I think actually the best way to do this is to switch the view of the camera so you guys are just looking down at it while I'm talking rather than me trying to look at it this way. So let's switch to a better view. Okay, this is much better. So you guys can see it and I can see it and talk to you about it. So this again is the main home screen. So it's going to display your library here at the top, and then otherwise it'll give you just like other recommendations, things that are recommended to you, things that are similar to books that you are reading or have read. And then you can just like scroll through all of these, or you can just go up to the top here and search a book. And then another thing to note is, so when I signed up with my Kindle here, when I first got it and I set it up, I did sign up for Kindle Unlimited. It did give me a 3-month free trial type of thing. So I don't have to pay for it for 3 months, but then after that, it will be like a normal subscription. I believe it's $11.99 a month. But for right now, I'm still in my free trial period. Again, I think that that's what it would be called, a free trial. But you can, I think, pretty much buy or get any book that you want on the Kindle. However, you know see how all of these ones say Kindle Unlimited, and then like all these ones here, there will be some like this one right here that doesn't say Kindle Unlimited. So any of the books that say Kindle Unlimited, you can read for free with your subscription. If it doesn't say Kindle Unlimited, you will have to pay for it separately, whatever it says, you know, price wise. So this one, the Kindle price is $10.99. So you can read this book on the Kindle, but you have to pay $10.99 for it. And if you are paying for the subscription already, you're paying an additional price on top of your subscription. So for me personally, I am only going to be reading books that are under Kindle Unlimited. So again, you can access your library from down here, or you can also click on that and it'll take you to the books you have in your library. And then all these ones here, you see that they say read. These are all ones that I have read. A couple of these, like this one and this one, my sister is using, because she is using my Kindle right now because she doesn't have her own yet. But she's asking for one for her birthday. So once she gets her own Kindle, obviously she'll use hers. But for right now, I am letting her use mine when I am not using it. And then books that you're in the middle of, it'll also just have the percentage that you're into the book. And then this one also has a headphone. That means you can listen to it on audio or Audible, I think it is actually specifically. So I tried messing around with the audio part of it this morning on the Kindle and I couldn't really figure it out. However, I did it on my phone on the Kindle app and I was able to listen to it very easily on there. And I have never personally listened to an audiobook before, and I did this morning because I was doing the dishes and I wanted to also try to get some of my reading done for today. And again, I was hesitant with it just like I was with the Kindle, but I actually kind of enjoyed it. I don't know if I'd do it for every book, and obviously it's not going to be available for every book, but I kind of enjoyed it a little bit. Like I could see myself getting a lot of work done and just listening to the book, which I thought was very helpful. So I like that I have that option as well. But yeah, as far as listening to it on the Kindle, I'm not sure if that's a possibility or how that works. I mean, obviously it has to be, but I don't know how it works exactly. So let's see. Other things, let's see. So let me go back into my book. So I can click on the book here, but I can also click on the book down here in the middle. And then it'll open up back to where I am currently in the book. Yeah, it'll open up back to where I am in the book. And you can change a couple of the settings as far as what's at the bottom. So currently right now in the bottom, I have time left in chapter and the percentage of the book that I'm in. But you can change what you have at the bottom of the screen. So just like I did earlier, I'm going to tap at the top of the screen and it'll bring up things. So like it shows how many pages I am of the book. It shows all the information here. There's what the headphones is at. So if I click on that, if the book that you're reading offers this, because this is the first book. Oh, see, now it is lit up. It wasn't like this earlier. I'm going to test this out in a minute and then I'll check back in with you guys. But this is where it brought up the audio bit, and it does say Audible up here in the corner as well. Or you can switch back to the reading as well. So then, yeah, up here, it tells you the title of the book. You can go back home. And then here's where like all the other settings are. Also, keep in mind, it does show up at the top the battery percentage and the time, which is not normally on the screen when you're reading. So if I tap it away, it goes away and it's just the book and the information at the two bottom corners. So that only shows up when you tap at the top, and you have to tap at the top because if you tap anywhere else on the screen, it's just going to turn the page. So let's click on this first one here, the letters, and then this is what it opens up to. So you can change like the different options of like, it says themes. That's just kind of changing. I think I would say layout, but there's another category for layout. I know I'm not really holding this very well. I'm in a very awkward position sitting, so I'm doing the best that I can. I'm not gonna mess with any of those, but then you can go to font. You can change the size of the font if you want it bold. You can change even the font. Layout. This is, again, I don't really know. I'm not gonna mess with it, but that's what it looks like. And then if you go to more, this is where you can change the stuff at the bottom. So it says reading progress, time left in chapter. But if I click on that, these are all the different options that I can have. I can put the page number at the bottom, time left in book overall, like how much time's left in the entire book. You can put the location in book, which I'm not exactly sure. I don't understand that one very much, but, or you can have nothing at all. So I personally like knowing how much time I have left in the chapter, because that's how I read most of the time, is by chapter. So I don't really like stopping in the middle of a chapter, so that way I can know, oh, the next chapter is so many minutes long. Do I have time for it? But you can only have one of these. You can't choose multiple. And then you can choose to have, you know how I showed you before that the time was in the top. When you click at the top, the time shows. You can choose to have the time showing the whole entire time while you're reading, but I have that setting turned off. Just some other settings here. I'm not really going to go through all of these because I haven't really touched any of these, but there's a bunch of different options and settings that you can do. This one, what does it do? Okay, so it kind of just opens up like the contents, right? And then like shows you the different page numbers with each chapter and all of that. This is where it would show if you made notes or highlights or annotations, which I don't do any of that, so it's not going to show anything because I don't do any of that. But you can, you know, highlight stuff and take notes and whatnot if something catches your eye. This, it kind of, I don't even know exactly what that is. I think it's just sort of like a bookmark type thing. I'm not really sure what the search button is for, so I'm not going to touch that. And then this, you can switch to listening through here. I don't know why you would disable the touchscreen, but there's that option. This is something that it does in the beginning when you're first starting the book, but you can also access it here as well. Is if you click on about this book, it will bring up this, which again, it shows it at the beginning when you're first like getting the book. But something that I find kind of interesting is it shows right here the typical time read. Whoops. So typically how long it takes for someone to read the book is 5 hours and 39 minutes. That's the typical time to read the book. I'm assuming that's in one sitting, which is crazy. But that again, it says typical time. So it's not going to be that time for everyone. Like for me, I personally feel like I'm a little bit of a slower reader, so I don't think I would be able to read that in 5 hours and 39 minutes. It would take me a lot longer than that. But you can also click here and it'll kind of show like the book description, about the author, more books from the author, just things about the book. And then here, so this button here with the grid, it opens it up like this. You can like kind of like page surf, I guess. So like, for example, if I'm reading the book on my Kindle app and I'm coming back over to the Kindle, it doesn't, so when I'm going from the Kindle app to the Kindle, it doesn't usually sync up. But when I'm reading from the Kindle and then I'm going to the Kindle app, it lets me click a button to jump me to the page that I was at on the Kindle. So if I'm reading on the Kindle app and I'm coming back to the Kindle, I kind of have to search for where I'm at, and this is an easier view to do it in. So then you can just go, and it'll just bring up more pages. And then this other view, what is this one? Okay, so this is similar, but not really. But yeah, I think that's basically it for this portion. Let me test out this audio bit now that it's different than when I looked at it this morning, and then I'll come right back and let you guys know. Okay, so yeah, it didn't do anything except for when I hit play, it brings up the Bluetooth devices and says there's no devices found. Please pair a Bluetooth audio device to listen to audible content or use the voice view screen reader. I have no idea what that means. I don't know how to get a device connected to this. So I have no idea. I'm perfectly fine using the Audible part of it on the Kindle app. Because I don't know how to use it on the Kindle, but that's totally fine. Like I said, I'm fine using it that way. Because I always have my phone with me anyways, so it's not a huge deal. But there are a lot of options on here for Kindle Unlimited books. There's some authors that are like, all of their books are on here pretty much, like Lucy Score, for example. Like, pretty much all of her books are going to be on here. Then there's authors like Colleen Hoover, who, like, almost none of her books are, like 1 or 2 are, but like majority of her books are not on here. You kind of just have to, Elsie Silver, that's another one who seems like most of her books are on here. Like the whole Chestnut Springs series, and then her new series with Wild Love and Wild Eyes, those are on here for Kindle Unlimited. There's a pretty good variety. Again, you can search whatever you want in the Kindle search bar up here. And then again, if the books don't say Kindle Unlimited above them, you'd have to pay for them separately, which I'm gonna steer away from. I'm only gonna go for books that are Kindle Unlimited because they are a part of the subscription. The Binding 13 Boys of Tommen, that's what it's called. That series is on here for the most part. I think like 1 book is not on here. I may be mistaken with that. I'm not exactly sure. But again, it says recommended for you, more like The Chase, more like Keep Your Friends Close, more like the Inheritance games. Like, it recommends different things that you might like because based on what you've read. I think that's honestly as much as I'm gonna say, because I'm not like an expert on this. I really just wanted to show you a little bit about it. And then another thing too is this arrow here at the top. If you click on it, it brings down like almost like the settings bit. It's not really a settings. It's kind of like on your phone where you would scroll down and you have all these different options. You have airplane mode, Bluetooth, dark mode, which let's see what that looks like. Oh, wow. So then if I open up my book, it'll be black instead of white. I don't think I like that. I think I've gotten used to the white. But you can change the brightness. So right now my brightness is at 16. It can go all the way up to 24, or you can turn it down to 0, and it's like super dim. But I had mine on 16. And then there's also a warmth, which right now mine's on 0, but you can turn it and up again to 24. Kind of just makes it, you'll look like yellowish, but mine's on 0. I'm not sure what the sync button does, and then all settings will just take you to like the actual settings, device options, screen and brightness, Wi-Fi, your account, things like that. Again, you can access that by tapping at the top, and it'll bring it down there. But yeah, let's turn this off, and then I'll show you, like, it'll change to a different cover there. And again, I think that there's a way that you can change that and have it be like the cover of your book. That might be an additional cost though. I'm not exactly sure. So let me flip it back to me, and I'll talk a little bit about my thoughts on the Kindle and how I've been liking it. Even though I've mentioned it a little bit already, I want to talk to you guys about that a little bit more. Okay, so like I said, I'm not going to go too much more into what I want to say, because I've already kind of mentioned it a little bit, I think. But I have actually been really liking using the Kindle. I know I had said that I was hesitant and that I'm more of a physical book reader. One thing that I do like though is that I have the option with some books, like if I have the book, like this one for example, I'm not reading this one yet, but I have obviously the physical copy, but I can also read it on the Kindle. So I have the option of either one, or I can do both. And I really, really think, in my opinion, and this could be different for everybody, I think personally for myself, reading on the Kindle, I feel like I'm reading books faster, or I'm reading through just the pages in general faster. I think honestly that little feature at the bottom corner where it says how much time is left in the chapter, I really think that helps me a lot. And I just feel like I'm like flying through the pages a lot quicker. Obviously the pages are shorter on here than they would be in an actual book, but I just feel like I read them so much faster on the Kindle, and I really like that because I feel like I'm a slower reader than a lot of people, so I feel like getting through the pages quicker, I can kind of like pick up the speed on getting books done. Not that it's like a big deal if I don't, but I just want to get it through as many books as I can, because obviously I have a lot on my bookshelf and on my TBR, but I really think that the Kindle has helped me a lot in that aspect. And I like that it's like lightweight, it's skinny, you can kind of take it anywhere. Whereas a book, let's just grab a random book here. I mean, a book is also kind of easy to carry around, but when you're talking about like look, there's that, look at that difference. Like, come on. You can slide this literally in any bag space or like a pouch or whatever, and then this you wouldn't be able to do that with. So it's a lot easier to travel with and carry around. And again, it's very lightweight. I also think that I haven't tested this and I don't plan to anytime soon. I believe that this is waterproof. Don't quote me on that. Again, like I said, I don't have all the specifications or whatever those are called about this, but I'm sure you could do your own research on that and look up like the actual information, or maybe other people's videos. I know I looked up a lot of videos prior to getting this. Obviously I asked for it for my birthday, but before I even considered asking for it or thinking about wanting one in the first place, I did a lot of research and looked at other people's videos, got other people's opinions on the Kindle. So yeah, that's going to be my thoughts and little tutorial tour of the Kindle. Again, not the best information, but I did the best that I could, and I hope that this was helpful for somebody in some way. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you then. Have a magical day. Bye, guys.